Hey, this your boy E White. All right, I'm on XRP on CoinGlass. I'm going over looking at liquidation and getting a feel for the derivatives market, so we can see what traders are actually positioned on XRP. Also, there's a sentiment data as well too. All right, so on this chart over here, if we look over here to your right, all right, this is going to be a measurement of 12 hours each block, right? If we look over here, July 12th at 2000. That'll be 8 p.m. All right, we had 31 million, 31.2 million. All right, so I want you to look over here where I got this red dot on the bottom right of the screen, and I want you to look at the shorts over there in that column. So you see 31.21 million, and then you see longs 21.57 million. All right, so that's going to give us a little bit of that's a big imbalance, right? By by 10 million basically. So if there's an imbalance there, we want to look and see where the market actually want to go. So that means there's 31 million people are short. 31 million, I'm sorry, dollars worth that are short. If you had to pay out, do you want to pay out 31 million or would you rather pay out 21 million? So let's go to the chart and let's see if that's the case. All right, so we got this box right over here. And what I want to do, I'm going to just squeeze this in because I want you to pay attention right here. So if you look all the way down to the bottom, you're going to look in this area down here. So when I hover over, what do you see? 2000, right? So that's 8 p.m. All right. And then you look at the second, all right, 0000, we know that's at midnight, right? So right here, 31 million people were short. I mean, I'm sorry. I keep saying 31 million people, $31 million worth of shorts. But all of a sudden, why are we rising? All right, of course, y'all know what happened yesterday. We had this parabolic move up, but look what happened. So that means that all these shorts have their stop losses where above this structure, it just got annihilated. All right. So the more people who are willing to sell, that gives liquidity to someone who wants to buy. And we clearly see that imbalance right over here. And that's how we can take a contrarian viewpoint, all right, and look for actually buy opportunities. Look, guys, the whole entire market, every market on the planet, real estate, it doesn't matter, business. It's all about supply and demand. And if there's not enough of something, all right, you if it's scarcity or it's not enough demand, they either push the prices down, or if there's demand and a scarcity, push the price up to facilitate trying to get someone to sell. Simple as that, guys. Now, what do we notice now? Let's go to the 13th, which was yesterday, right? Now we have an imbalance again. We got $14 million worth that are long, and we got 9.8 million that are short. So then what happened, right? Let's go. All right, let's go over here. Oh, let's go back and look at that time. So back over here, we were at 13th. All right, we're still at 8. Let's do this. Let's go down to 12 hours, see if we can get at 13. Let's do the 14. All right, 2000. Where we at? Oh, we're still over here on this. All right, we want to be right here. Oh, 800. Let's look over here. There we go. All right. So this is 8 o'clock. All right. So it's 8 o'clock in the morning, and the other one's 8 p.m. All right, but 8 o'clock in the morning, we have 8.75 million longs. All right, and we only got 4.47 million short. This is today. I'm sorry. So this is the day on the 14th, right? So let's see what happens. Right here. This candle. All right, look down here at the bottom. Look down here. See that? Right here. Look at the time over here. All right, up at the top. I want you to look up in this area right here when I hover over it. See that? 0.018. There were what? 8.7 million, 8.75 million were long, or that's how much money, all right? Were long and only $4.47 million worth short. So who wins? The shorts. Why? If you was a market maker, do you want to pay out $8 million or 4 million? I'd rather pay out 4 million. It's because more than likely everybody who's long, you're gonna pay for those winners of the shorts because you're the losers. I need majority to lose in order to pay the minority that wins. Simple as that, guys. Look what happens. You already know. Y'all seen the pullback. This drop from here to here was what? Wiping out all the people who were what? Long. Collected, and now they're paying. Okay. Where we at now? We're back in we're at 20. I mean, we at 2000 now. So it's around, it's past 8. So it's 9:27 p.m. All right. So remember, this is based off of a 12-hour window. So we're still within. And then, on this chart right here, I'm in a 4-hour chart. So I got 2 hours and 32 minutes over here to your right. 2 hours and 32 minutes left for this 4-hour candle. So let's see what's going on right now. Look, you see everything starting to dry up. Ain't no millions on the table now, right? So look, you got 950,000 that are still long and only 192,000 that are short. So we still possibly could see a little bit more downside, even though it's rallying a little bit because you got this rejection. Let me take this out the way so you can see. We got this little rejection, whatever. But clearly, we already seen these lows, and we're trying to recover some. But we could range bound, guys, back in this area. And then I could pull up my Fibonacci retracement tool, and I can see some areas of where we possibly could retrace to get to. All right, we've already crossed this 23%, came back above it. All right, now the next areas that we could come to is the 61 cent on down to the 57 if this doesn't hold. Now, here's a good thing. Typically, if you do have what we call a flag pattern, typically the 50% level somewhat holds. So we see if this holds. But we could move sideways. We could come back up here, trap again, and then we can drop. It's all different types of ways. That's why it's just best for a lot of people just to actually invest and not trying to, trade this for the most part. But you clearly see how the derivatives actually do matter. All right. And if you can study those markets, you can get a better understanding and you can see where is the market trying to trap some traders, and it can provide you some swing trading opportunities as well too. So you can simultaneously uh, build long term, and maybe you want to swing trade for opportunities for short term income. But for the average person, you probably just want to just accumulate and hold. But you can use these strategies and these techniques to know when you should be adding. All right, you don't want to be the person who bought right here, but did not buy down here. Now, of course, you could say that, well, they didn't buy down there because they didn't know what the SEC was going to do, so it's a little risky, and that is 100% true. However, if you think about the United States is just one country, guys. All right, meaning that XRP still could be traded on other platforms. Um, yeah, you could argue that other countries could block out the opportunity for you to be able to invest. But we all know if you've been in the game, there's a way for you to actually get XRP, if you know what I mean. But if we're going to do it by the book, that could be a reason why a lot of people didn't buy down here. But if we was in traditional market, or if we were had the green light from the get go, you still have a lot of people who FOMO in, they buy up here at these tops and instead of down here. So if you got another asset, it doesn't matter if it's a stock, um, uh, shoot, even sometimes penny stocks, it would make more sense to buy an accumulated zone than an expansion state, in my honest opinion. So yeah, so you can use these strategies, like I told you guys before. I use Coin Glass to gauge the interest, to see uh, who's been liquidated already, all those things. So I can go over here to liquidation, and it'll give me a lot of things in real time. So I can go over here if I want to look at XRP. I go up here, click on it, all right, and so this will give me what I'm looking for. And already I could tell you, so all right, so 68% short on Binance, but if you look at all these other exchanges, right? So a lot of them are long. In this case, Binance really got it right, because everybody else are long. It's a lot of longs. More likely, price is going to try to range back in here. We may, fight to get back up some, but for the most part, uh, if I would have saw all these green, I'd be looking for what, selling opportunities. If I saw all these with red, I'd be looking for what, buying opportunities. So if you look at the 1 hour, same thing. Some people are 95% were long, etc. So it's trying to rebound a little bit now. Um, we'll see how this level holds up. But for the most part, also, if you were trying to buy, it's better to buy here than there, right? All right. But you need to have a plan in place, especially if price can get back down these levels. You should be looking to add to your position, but stop chasing those tops. That's for real. And I know you feel like you're gonna miss out, but just be patient and play the game correctly. Just understanding supply and demand and liquidity. All right, so just hit the like button, subscribe. It's your boy E White. I'm out.